If your management with team is not on point, then it will be very hard to diversify. And you can't just do multiple things if the first project is not sorted out. Don't wait for perfection, but don't stop pursuing perfection at the same time. Don't worry about what people say if you.
In today's episode, I'm going to sit down and talk to Jabez Ruben, who is a serial entrepreneur at this point, and he's well known in the digital marketing space for his link building career. But in this episode today, we will dive in how to build a brand without a face, which may be very attractive to some of you who are super introverted or not really into building a personal brand at the moment. Jabez have had multiple businesses built on the back of outreach without having a key persona in place. So he will share all of his secrets, tips, as well as how he's able to manage multiple companies at the same time. If you're still interested in personal branding, we will have some segments on how to build yours in 2025. And let's get into the episode. Hi, Jabez. How are you?
Annie, thank you for having me on your show, on your prestigious show.
Just want to highlight that Jabez has my brand color behind him. So kudos to you. It's like you're way more on brand than me right now. Yeah, the purple and the pink. Yeah. So today we're gonna talk about your entrepreneurial journey because when I first knew about you, you were one of our sponsors at the SEO Mastery Summit, and you were promoting Link Validator. But then later learned that you've been also very successful at link building and building an agency. So you got a lot of things going on. So would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what you've been up to lately in SEO and business?
Sure. So, hi, my name is Jabez. I am based out of Chiang Mai, the SEO capital of the world. If not the world, then it's at least the capital of Asia. And I've been in the SEO field for the past 7-8 years now. And I run a link agency called The Blueprints, SaaS called Link Validator. I also run a link building focused conference called Link Building Mastery. We've got our event coming up in June in London. And recently I invested into a DevOps team, product dev team. So you can see it as software engineers or developers, UX designers on demand to sprint run your MVPs. So yeah, that's what I've been up to recently.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations. You've got so many things going on over the years. It's incredible. Do you still run Link Validator or it's like?
Yes, all the brands are still running, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. How do you manage to balance your time with all those businesses, also having a family and, like a personal life? How do you do that?
Do Mad Singer's management course.
It was a nice promo, yes.
And then you can, I mean, jokes apart, you need to just keep getting better at management. If your management with team is not, on point, then it will be very hard to diversify. And you can't just do multiple things. If the first project is not sorted out, then you can't jump on the next one. So only branch out to doing multiple things. Once one thing gets sorted out, then you set up next thing, get the team and processes running smoothly, and then you move on to the third one if you have the capacity and if you have the desire to do it.
Yeah. One of the key topics today also is like how you were able to grow all these businesses without quote a face, which is very, very interesting. How did you start this journey while building businesses, but not really having a KOL or like the personal brand or the main person behind it? Could you walk us through?
Right. So when I got into the whole SEO field, I straight away got into link building. So I learned outreach, how cold outreach is done. And I just stuck to that, just been doing and refining outreach. Then I learned how to do outreach at scale and not be annoying, how to not, spam people. I mean, we send massive amounts of cold outreach email, but we've really reduced getting any kind of hate emails. In fact, people reply to us even when they're not interested in our service or selling us a link. They reply just to say they really liked our outreach. So I figured out that cold outreach works for us. We've figured out how this works. So let's use cold outreach for our lead gen as well. So anytime we come up with any idea to test any new service, even in the link building service niche as well, if you want to test anything, we just do, before we launch it officially and make a lot of branding and promotional materials around it, we just do massive amounts of cold outreach to see if people are showing interest in this product. And then from there, we get an idea, okay, this is a good product and we can now build more things around it. So building business has been through cold outreach, massive amounts of cold outreach for us. And the next thing that has helped us to build our business is referrals. So
Okay.
that has really helped us to get some really big clients. So these two things have worked: cold outreach and referrals.
But in order to build a referral system, you also need some sort of traffic coming to that. Was that through CO, or that also through outreach?
Referrals through friends. Yeah, referrals through friends or our clients, not
Mhm.
through organic. Like over the past 6 months is when we have started investing more in organic SEO, building personal brand. But up until mid 2024, it was all through, as I said, cold outreach and through our existing or old clients sending referrals to us. We give them referral fees as well, but a lot of clients who are also our friends, they don't care about referral fees. They just send their recommendations to
Yeah.
us, their friends to us, just because they liked a service. So yeah, you have to also make sure your service is great, your product is great. If your product and service isn't great, then even if sometimes people are getting good commissions, they will not send you referrals, because if they're sending referrals, their brand value is at stake as well. So they are careful, especially in SEO circle. People are careful these days about their brand value, about how people take their advice. So yeah, we need to make sure your product, your service is great. Only then people will send you referrals.
That makes a lot of sense. But unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people just launching products without testing them or really like quality check them. And unfortunately, bumping into scenarios where, like, oh, I did not want to pay for this or
Yeah.
things like this. But I know it's part of the journey. And of course, I'm not judging everyone like that. But I'm thankful that you highlighted that, quality checking your product before promoting it is like super, super important.
It was
Could you?
about testing, not just quality checking the product, but also testing if people are showing interest in this product before we start promoting, going hard on our promotions on that. So let's say if we launched a package for digital PR and journalist outreach combined, or like a monthly package, anything, we want to send out, feelers to see if people are biting on it or not, if people are showing interest. If we set up a whole, separate site, or we start running ads on it, we'll only lose money, and just
Uh-huh.
to realize that people are not showing interest in it.
So would you like send like a whole cold email campaign saying like, "Hey, I've got this package," and then if people say that, "Yeah, I'm interested," that's when you go all in and creating the
Yes.
website, the package. But I'm assuming you already have like pricing in place, right? And stuff.
Yeah, pricing and page for tested and tried products. But again, this also helps fine tune our pricing as well. So when we are sending out these cold emails to old clients, to dead leads, to not so warm leads, we send them first before we sending out to completely fresh leads. And based on their response, we figure out, okay, what kind of pricing people prefer. From there, we fine tune the pricing.
All right. I think one of my questions here was that when you start any new business, whether it's a software or a B2B or like a service based anything company, do you focus on sales or branding first? But it really sounds like you focus on sales first and then you build out the branding aspect of the,
Not
right?
so the cold outreach is, I wouldn't say exactly our sales strategy. That is just to figure out if our product is going to get any traction or not. That is just the testing period to see people are showing interest or not. Then with the smaller, whatever feedback we get, we need to make sure our process is in place so that the fulfillment, quality, deliverability, all that is great. Next comes building the brand around it, pushing more publicity, and sales comes at the end. Because what I've realized, if we push sales hard and we are not able to deliver as per people's expectations, we are going to lose clients, and we are also going to lose reputation. So
Okay, that
yeah,
makes, yeah.
that's a sequence. Then just
Mhm.
get a bit of idea whether it's, like, I would say, testing whether it's a product, whether the product is going to work or not. Then building, making sure the process is in place. Then the branding and marketing. Then at the end, sales.
Interesting. Okay. Also, if you guys have noticed, the way Jabez is explaining everything is like a sequence: step one, two, three, four, just like kind of like when you go into the back end of a cold email, like email chain.
Yeah.
That's how that's what I picked up on. I was like, okay, I see. Kind of like seeing things in a chain. That's what I noticed. All right. So could you share us with like some real examples, real life scenarios, either your brand or other people's brand, where you were able to launch a full on business without a face, without like a Jabez Ruben or an Annie Huang.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just give you what we've been doing. A cold strategy that has worked really well for us is we started this last year a lot, and we saw some really good results. Is we reach out to our prospective leads, or the kind of clients we want to work with, and we first ask them about, tell us more about yourself, and say that I think we can work something together. We can collaborate on something. In our first mail, we are not saying, hey, we are link building agency, we are here to sell you something, or we are here to sell you backlinks. We first ask them, hey, are you guys working with international clients? Do you have this kind of service? Can you tell us more? We might need your help, or we might be interested in collaborating on some projects with you. This kind of very simple strategy has helped us get a lot of replies, and then these leads will reply, yeah, we do work with international clients, we are working in XYZ niches, what would you like to know more? And then we send them our calendar, let's jump on a call. Jumping on calls is one of the best ways to straight up win trust. And from there, we share each other's service, the ideas. Then, from there, we continue to warm them up. Or sometimes when they straight in the call itself, they figure out, okay, we provide backlinks and probably we can help them. And right after call, they'll send us, okay, let's do a test run and see if your backlinks or your service can be helpful for us or not.
Okay, so the whole cold email sequence is based on a conversation. But what if people just don't have the time to oh my God, this is a random person reaching out to me, asking me about my business? And then, I don't know, it's just my assumption, but what was your results like?
So send it. That's why send the email to, if depending on how big or small the company is, try to send to the person who is in charge of the growth of the business. They will not ignore these kind of emails. They are focused. Their job is to grow the business, right? So we try to find those contacts from each company and then contact them. And they definitely reply back. When our template was more, even though we use some really good, funny, humorous emails, but we were just straight up telling our information to them, even in a very funny manner. People will comment, yeah, we liked your template, very interesting, all that stuff. But the response rate was very low still. But when we started asking them about what they are doing, where are they focusing on, they started replying. We started getting more replies.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, people love talking about themselves. So that's a great strategy.
Make the other person talk, even though this is the gray hat technique you can call. But
why is it gray hat?
You can say that it's when people are talking about themselves, they're actually just building more relationship with us. They like. I don't get on calls much now. My colleague Daryl, he does all the calls, and he's very good with just listening and making the other person feel special. Okay, yeah, this person is great, and I have a lot sharing my services to them. So yeah, that helps to get a good connection with them, and then they are open to listen when we want to share about our services.
Hi, if you listen to this far, thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed the show, please leave me a review on either Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or my YouTube channel. If you have any feedback for the show, please let me know on the Aspiring CMO Podcast social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, or send me an email on my website. Now let's get back to the episode. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I haven't seen Daryl since 2023, I think. Anyway.
No, he was there last year. He was there last year at the conference.
Okay. I'll message him. All right. So I really like how targeted and very clear your sequences are and your way of thinking. Where else do you apply this type of thinking outside of marketing in a business, for example?
You mean what else are we doing for growing the business, or?
Sure. My question is more like, I love the way you think. Where else do you apply this type of thinking? So you could say how else do you grow your business? Sure.
Yeah, I would say, since we do cold outreach, and I also figured out, because we were talking about initially how we can grow a brand without a face, So irrespective of how much cold outreach you do, you still have to win people's trust, right? So that's where we started doing more branding, personal branding these days. But even if you're still hesitant to do personal branding, go for conferences, go for all these networking events, and increase your network. And that's what we do. You're sending cold outreach, and we are just trying to meet as many people as possible. Mm-hmm. And because when people see you face to face, they start trusting you. They see a real person. And interestingly, strategy that has again worked really well for us. So every time I am traveling to another country for a conference, my team starts running an outreach campaign targeting all our prospective clients in that country and nearby countries, saying that, okay, I will be there on these dates, and it will be nice if you can meet and discuss if there's any way we can collaborate.
Whoa,
And
but that's a lot of meetings. But I guess you're very
but
like you filter it down really well, right?
but here's the thing. I've had like personal meetings, very few personal meetings. People are busy. So in most cases, what has happened, we receive responses where people say, hey, we are busy. How about we just get on a Skype call or Google Meet or Zoom call? So
Ah, okay.
so what this strategy does is that the first thing, it shows that you are a real person. You're not another spammer, with no face. And when you tell, okay, I'm coming for a conference, if they are in the SEO niche, or if they are in that circle, they'll either say, okay, I'll meet you at the conference, so you have more people to meet at the conference, or else they'll, if they're busy, they'll say, okay, let's get on a call. Increasing network, that's what I've learned over the years, that the bigger your network is, the more chances you get for growth, and the more people you start helping also, then again you network, and also network in the right way. Don't just network just to build your own thing. You build a network where you're also helping others, and then your thing starts growing for you as well.
I agree with that a lot. Even when I had nothing to offer, I wasn't hired in a company where I wasn't put into a position to offer anything. I still focused on just getting to know a lot of people. I took it so seriously that I started a podcast, but networking had brought a lot of awesomeness into my life. One of them was meeting
Absolutely.
you and Maria. So
Absolutely,
that was
you've got your own brand now.
oh,
Yeah, I would say, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, people see you as a personal Annie brand, instead of you working on with some other company. You're a CMO.
I will be the aspiring one. It's a lot of growth. The more I learn about marketing, the more I learn about management and just business in general, the more I
Uh,
see the scope of a CMO opening. But yeah, like on this show, I had someone whose job is to basically connect agencies with businesses or really good consultants with businesses. And I was like, wait, that was a job? Like I wouldn't know if I didn't have this conversation with him. So
right.
there's a lot of things to learn through networking. How is it different from so when you do networking versus building a brand with the face, like what's the difference between those two though? Because for me it seems like they are kind of the same. When you go out networking, when you
Hmm.
you speak at conferences or you organize your own conference, that seems like a personal branding technique for me. But what do you think?
So networking does help in some sort of branding, you can say, or you can say people are getting to know about you. That's a better way to describe it. If you're going for meetups, conferences, people are getting to know about you. But when you start posting either on YouTube or articles or posts, whatever, when you put your face out there, your brand value jumps up high. So that's the difference. You meet more people, and then when they see, oh, you are running a YouTube channel or you're posting regularly, their perception of your brand elevates to another level. So and the trust factor also goes up high as well. So I think you cannot, if you can do both things hand in hand, that's the best strategy, I would say.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Before our call, actually, we did talk about that, building a brand with or without a face, and one is faster than the other. It seems like building a brand without a face is kind of a slower process. But in what scenarios do you recommend this strategy to someone? So say that you are, tomorrow you meet a business owner or an aspiring entrepreneur. What strategy would you recommend to them based on what?
I mean, you can, as mentioned before our call as well, you can definitely grow a business without a brand or without a face, but it's going to take time. It will take a lot more effort. It's going to take a lot more time as well. The moment you start building your brand, the moment people know about you, any business you launch, I mean, you will get so many buyers, at least in the first few months. If your product is good, then they'll keep ordering from you. So building a brand speeds up the whole process. But yeah, if without a brand, it will take time. So that's I'm not sure if I answered it well.
Yeah. Or what about or do certain products do better with one strategy or the other?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Right. Okay. So one thing that, because of which I delayed building my brand as well, when you build a brand around one face, then selling that business becomes very tough,
Okay.
because then all your clients are coming because of one person's brand value. So what I would suggest is you build your brand. Either you build your brand, and then whenever you start thinking that, okay, that I want to sell this business after a year, you wean yourself off from the sales process or the lead gen process, and either bring on other team members on board to do the videos or other promotional activities, but you take the strides, you get off from the camera or the face. Yeah, so that's why I, for the longest time, wasn't interested in building my brand, because I said anytime I want to sell, I'll still be tied up, and then people will not probably buy, or even if they buy, I'll have to keep working for a long term with another buyer, with the buyer. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. And also at the same time, for new businesses, now it's a tricky thing. Like, if you are testing a product, if you are launching a new business where you're not 100% sure it's a great market fit and there's a great demand, you put all your brand value and face value into it, and it's a flop. So you lose a bit of your brand value. So in that case, as I said, I would do more of cold outreach or ads, or I won't put my branding to promote sales or to market the product. I'll do that without any face, and once I think that, okay, this product is picking up, this service is picking up, then I add my face value to it.
Amazing. Do you have like a profit goal or some sort of revenue goal before you decide, okay, this product is good or not? Well, how do you define if it's a flop or not a flop?
At least the increase in sales per month. So if it is increasing month on month and consistently increasing, then it shows that, okay, this product is a good market fit.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I think listeners can learn a lot from this. So we talked about so many dry topics. I want to spice this up a little bit. Your conference is coming up in London. Would you like to share with us what to expect? Why London in the first place? I mean, why UK? It's so cold. Like, that's why. This is a reference, guys.
It's
I'm wearing a
summer.
turtleneck. It's but yeah, summer in the UK last year was 11 degrees Celsius for us.
Don't spoil it for us.
It's a great conference, guys. Book tickets. It's nice. London is cool. But anyway, what do you expect at your conference? But tell us.
Right. So first of all, why London? Because nobody else does it in London,
Okay.
because of all the complexities. So, and again, London adds a bit of brand value. So the location, and so we were very particular about where we do it, and even the venue, and also we decided a really cool place where to, like, as the venue. It's very close to the Buckingham Palace, so very classy place, and location, everything. And also another reason we wanted to do in London or somewhere in Europe, because that way we can get people from US also who can't travel all the way to Thailand, to Asia. So it's a bit more convenient for them to at least come to London.
Yes.
And the third factor is London is becoming, or UK is becoming, a big hub for digital PR agencies, and so many digital PR agencies there. So that's why we decided to do it there. And our conference is all about link building, a bit advanced. So it's kind of not for beginners, a bit advanced, niche conference, not a very big crowd, but 80 to 90% of our attendees are agency owners or buyers who buy backlinks in bulk, whether they are in iGaming, casino, or running a law firm, SEO niche, things like that. So that's a bit about what we are doing. It's all going to be around link building, advanced link building measures, and we are doing it for 2 days. The first day will be mastermind for all the VIP ticket holders and speakers together. And the second day is our whole day of workshops.
Sounds amazing. So I wish you good luck at your conference. I mean, ours is coming up, the SEO Master Summit, and I'm already freaking out as an organizer. Too many things to think about. Oh, crazy.
Have you got the t-shirt in place?
Nope. 400 t-shirts introduction. But one of the feedback we got last year is that I need to size up because people need bigger sizes, and I unfortunately didn't think about that. So this year we're gonna have bigger size t-shirts.
I think medium or large t-shirts, they sell out really soon.
Yeah, but I think they needed extra large
Even
too.
more? Wow, okay.
So yeah. I mean, as you see on my sticker, I like the DC conference a lot. I think because
Mm,
that was my first exposure to online marketers and just digital nomads and stuff. But basically, my first exposure to an international conference with DC. And the DC crowd is way different than the SEO crowd. So I just assumed everybody is
absolutely.
like DC. So, yes.
Yeah, the DC conference was is quite different. Was it DC BKK?
Yes. Yes. We are going to Mexico this year too. So I'm very excited for that as well.
Oh, I've applied to be a speaker. Let's see if they accept me or not.
Go do it. Yes.
I'm hoping. Let's see. Let's
Yeah.
see if my topic is again a bit niche, but let's see if they accept or not. So if they accept, that will be
Hmm.
fun, man.
Hmm. Amazing. So, well, Jabez, thank you so much for joining the show. And before I let you go, there's one question I always ask my interviewees is that if you were to go back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't wait for perfection, but don't stop pursuing perfection at the same time. Get started even if you are still trying to figure things out. And don't worry about what people say if you fail at something. I think the best of ideas have come only after you failed at something and you figured out what not to do.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jabez.
Thanks for having me on your amazing show, Annie.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.